Hi, in this lesson you will learn about different present tenses. Let's start with the first tense, which is the present simple tense, often referred to as something that always happens, sometimes happens, often happens, never happens, occasionally happens, and so on. The following words in the tables are words that are normally used with the present simple tense. Words like every, always, usually, generally, often, sometimes, rarely, never, from time to time. Now let's read some examples using the present simple tense. I go to school every day. They usually sleep at 11 p.m. We often drink coffee in the morning. She is never late to school. Notice in the following two examples that we add s to the verb when the subject is singular, as we call it third person singular in English grammar. The two examples are Ali drinks milk every morning. A cow gives us milk. The present continuous tense is used to talk about something which is happening now, which is happening at the present time, which is happening at the moment. We form the present continuous tense by using the verb to be am or is or are plus the verb, and we add the ing to the verb. In the table below, there are some words that are normally used with the present continuous. Words like now, I'm talking to you now, at the moment, you are listening to me at the moment, look, the sun is shining, at the present time, you are learning English at the present time, listen, someone is knocking at the door. Here are some more examples for you to show you how the present continuous tense is used. The first one, I'm reading at the moment. Next, they are watching television now. She is learning English at the present time. Look, the bus is coming. If you remember, we talked about non-action verbs in a previous lesson. Now the table here gives you some verbs that are usually used in the present simple tense, and they are not used in the continuous form. Verbs like, wish, hope, appear, believe, love, hate, hear, fear, trust, want, dislike, think, consider, understand, prefer, feel, seem, fit. Now, let me explain to you the present perfect tense, which means in Arabic al-mudari' at-tam, and it can be referred to as something that has happened, and it's formed by using has or have plus the past participle. Now the present perfect tense is used to talk about A. Recent actions or events when no fixed time, and I emphasize no fixed time, is given. For example, news reports. And it's used also to refer to actions which have a result in the present time. And it's also used to refer to actions in a period of time which is not yet finished. And also it refers to experiences in one's life. Now there are words that are often used here. Words like yet, so far, ever, for, or since. Now the table below shows you some other words that are normally used with this tense. Words like since, for, just, yet, ever, never, recently, already. Now let me read out to you some examples using the present perfect tense, which will hopefully make it clearer for you to understand. The first one, I have lived in Riyadh for 6 years. Now to make this sentence negative, we simply add not between have and the past participle, which is التصريف الثالث. So we say I haven't lived in Riyadh for 6 years. And to make it a question, we simply put have at the beginning and we say have I lived or have you lived in Riyadh for 6 years? The next example, I have not visited him since last June. And the next, Ahmed has already finished his homework. To make it a question, has Ahmed already finished his homework? And to make it possibly negative, Ahmed hasn't finished his homework yet. And the last example, she has written 3 letters just now. Here is another tense that you should know. That is the present perfect continuous tense. What has been happening? Let's look at these 2 examples. I have been studying English for 6 years, which means that I am still studying English. The next one, she has been sleeping since 2 o'clock, which means she's still sleeping. Now let me explain to you the difference between the present perfect continuous, what has been happening, and the present perfect tense, which is what has happened. Now the present perfect continuous is a continuous action, although it started in the past, but it is still continuing, while the present perfect tense is a completed action. Let's look at this example. Maha started making cakes 3 hours ago. Now notice ago used with the simple past. There are now 100 cakes on the table. So she has been making cakes for 3 hours and she is still continuing to make cakes. She has made 100 cakes. It means, now this is present perfect tense. It means that she has completed 100 cakes.